Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. What? Oh, Petey the Pride Bear says good morning too. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Sit over here. Behave yourself. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. What's going on with my camera? I was moving it all around this weekend. What a weekend, huh? Welcome to today's wonderful episode of Bathrobe Moments. I'm going to get this out there real quick, right off the rip. Our guest today, whose name is JOHNATHAN Thompson, he's an independent filmmaker. He is in North Carolina. He came in, he was on time, but there's a tropical storm swirling above where he's at the very moment. So he is getting in, he's in his car, driving down the road of peace, is how he put it, to a public place to use his phone for the show, the interview. Hopefully for a better connection, because it was everything. He was like, you know, right. So anyway, I got a lot to tell you anyway. How was your weekend? So I just want you to know, we do have a guest. He's on his way, but I have a lot to tell you and share. How was your weekend? Happy Father's Day, belated, to all of you dads out there. And yeah, it was Father's Day 2021. Today's the 21st day of June. So hold on. Excuse me. Oh, I was in the gym this morning, and I don't know if you guys know, you ever see me hitting my inhaler? I have asthma, and there was hardly anybody there. We had storms here last night, tornado warnings. We had to go in the basement, and you know what I forgot to do? Shaking my head. You know the umbrellas? Well, we have them all around the deck, side. I got up this morning, plants everywhere, chairs thrown, literal like the coffee table things that are around, all of them flown across. Our neighbors' deck furniture was over here. All my umbrellas with the weighted bottoms and everything, 35-pound weight, mind you, all the way across, thrown over the deck. I was surprised they weren't up in the trees. I'm serious. Man, I was asleep for 2 hours and Brian's come because he's scared of tornadoes. I'm not. Look at, how could I be after what happened with Dorothy, right? Man, I mean, shoot, I used to wish for him when I was a kid. Come on, tornado, pick up this house. Get us to Oz, right? So anyway, that's what happened last night. But the weekend was really wonderful here in Chicagoland. I got some photos to share with you guys and a little bit of video because we're waiting anyway. So what's the first thing? Friday night. Well, first of all, update on my garden. You guys know I started a garden this year, a little bitty one, right? There's a piece on one of the sides of the property that these bushes hang over and it wouldn't grow grass, right? So I studied up. You guys remember, got the worm casings and all that stuff. Oh, no, worm castings. Yeah. And got it all together. So look, I'm so excited. Never had one. There it is. I have carrots. This to the left are radishes. All the back row, green beans. I have some cucumbers, you know, and some tomatoes, which you can't see, tomato plants. So that was something I did. And then Friday night, Brian and I celebrated Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. We're drinking different colored and flavored cocktails all weekend long, the month of June. So these are the two we had this week. I forget what they, oh, mine's this one on the left, the yellow, is a jalapeno citron margarita. Brian had cosmopolitan. Yep. And then we had some grilled chicken and salad. So we were out on the deck, so that was fun. Then Saturday. Saturday, nothing better than friends. COVID starting to loosen up, masks are off. You know, our good friend Teresa Griffin, the songstress, there she is. We went to her concert. We had reserved tables right up front. Oh, look at that. Da, 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 da. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm easily amused. Clearly. So anyway, Teresa Griffin, you know, you guys, she was from The Voice. She background vocalist for Diana Ross, Patti LaBelle, people like that. So some of our friends, here we are on the deck after the concert. We came back. Dr. Jan, our friend Joy, there's about my husband Brian, our good friend Tammy. That is Dr. Jan's best friend over there with the blondish hair. And it was her birthday, and that's Keith, Dr. Jan's husband. There were other people, but they're obviously inside. Oh, yeah, my niece Selma. It was great. We had a great time. So do you guys want to hear a little of Teresa? I couldn't get it except for on my Facebook page. So I'm going to let you guys hear a little. Hold on. You know I'm not very techie, right? Our guest is in the car, so that's good. I can bring him in. Okay, bear with me. It's worth it. Wait till you see this. Listen at Teresa. She was here last year for Celebrity Week, and then we became friends after that, and I just love her. So I'm hoping you guys can see that, and I'm going to blow it up. Tell me what you want. Time has come, baby. Yes, it has, girl. Look at those background singers, y'all. I can love you, but I can't tell you. I can bring you down. What's the use in pretending that it ain't me that you love? Sing. Okay, here's my part. Here's my part. Okay, let me stop because I'll be in here all day. My guest, that's not fair. Okay, so Teresa Griffin, you guys, she has a wonderful show, Tea Time. It's every Tuesday. You can catch it on the E360 network. So get in and check her out. I bought her CD. That's the song that I found on YouTube that made me reach out to her just through a fan page. And everybody was saying, she ain't gonna write back to you. She ain't gonna reach back to you. That girl's a star. See what I'm saying? Don't let people tell you won't be or can't be. How you know if you don't go? Can I get an amen? So there it is. That's the bell of purpose. You know what it means. When you hear the bell ring, something great's going on. So that's your chance to be a part of something greater than yourselves. Get involved. Leave some comments. Call somebody up. Share the broadcast. Let's do this together. Everything we do today to change this world is our version of a modern day stone soup story. So I don't care what you got. Bring it. We'll find some good use for it because everything has purpose, especially when you use it with purpose. There you go. At this point, help me welcome to the show my sidekick. This is my girl, my bestie, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. How are you? How was your weekend? Oh, good. Drinking on some salted caramel today. And so without further ado, I'm bringing in Jonathan. So who is he? First timer, so you guys, no tease and be nice. And he's from Northern England. So if you need me to translate, let me know. So Jonathan Thompson is an indie filmmaker located in Shelby, North Carolina. Grew up in Northern England, like I said, and he took to acting at an early age. Since the age of 17, Jonathan has been involved with making films in some format or other. In 2015, he decided to start his own film company called Devil May Care Productions, and he hasn't looked back since. I can't wait. I'm going to let him tell us the rest of this when he gets in here. Put your hands together. Put some hearts on the screen. Put your heart into it. We're about to get poured into, y'all. I'm so excited. We're here. We're here. Here he comes. Jonathan. Jonathan, 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 Thompson, Thompson, Thompson. There you are.
Hey, that was quite an introduction. Thank you.
Now, Jonathan, didn't you tell me there was a storm swirling above your house?
Yeah, tropical storm off the coast of the Carolinas right now. As I was driving to find signal, one of the communication poles was knocked down, which is why I was having trouble at the house.
Okay, because you looked like you were in a fish aquarium, and then you were sending Morse code words. I was getting like, I thought I had like that on a right going like this. So you look great. You sound great. The sun seems to be shining. All is good. I told y'all. You know why? See, Jonathan, I love you already. Why? Because you said, let me just get in a car. And because you weren't going to just say, a lot of people would have said, oh, well, you want to reschedule, right? But you know, like I do, the promise, obvious, clearly, that when two of us come together, not something wonderful could happen, should happen, might happen, perhaps will happen.
Going to happen.
It happens, right? So I'm so happy you're here. Listen, why don't you take this opportunity, introduce yourself, welcome to Bathrobe Moments for the very first time. I hope it won't be the last. And just tell people where you are, give them a little backstory. I gave them a little start, but I'm going to get out of the way. I'll get over here for a second, let you take it. Say hi to everybody and let them know who you are.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Lauren. Jonathan Thompson, as Lauren said. I grew up in Northern England, a town called Middlesbrough, and took to acting early in life at primary school, age of 6, 7, in a live stage performance of Mary Poppins. I still remember it.
I love her.
Oh, I was one of the little guys in the chalk painting, the one that gets hit with the tambourine. That was me. It hurt.
I'm jealous. You really did Mary Poppins?
Yeah.
Who played her? The woman who played her in your cast, was she good?
She was, yeah. Obviously being a school production, we had a drama teacher that was going through it all. You know, we had the full song and dance routine, everything. It was a lot of fun, and that's what got me hooked into acting as such.
Okay. Keep going.
And then,
yeah.
Yeah, and then from there, I did a play every year, did a new thing, and all the way through secondary school. Then I got to college at 16,
Where'd you
and
go?
we were talking.
You were in college at 16?
In England, the education system's set up differently.
Oh.
We graduate at 16 with the equivalent of a high school diploma.
Mm.
Then you got 2 years of optional college, which gives you the qualification at the end of it, almost the same as an associate degree.
Right.
And it's where you start to specialize in subjects. After that, you go to university. There's no core classes. It's just pure subject matter. So you can do your degree in 3 years or less.
Mm. You know what I like about you all's accents from over there?
What's that?
You could be somebody who didn't know doodly squoodily about nothing. You could just be talking about any old thing. You know, I got an ingrown toenail. And you could say it with your accent. It sounds like, really? Tell me more.
I get that right, yeah.
It makes us sound so flat. Do we sound flat to you? Do we sound like we have an accent to you? You think we have an accent?
Very much so. Yes.
Tell the truth. Our accent is not something you'd want to replicate, is it?
I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday about how the American accent varied from the English accent and how long it took for an entire colony or country or, to develop its own versions of an English accent rather than sticking to traditional English accents.
Rather.
So we had a rather interesting conversation on that.
Rather? Oh, I imagine you did.
Yeah. But when I was in college, we put together a Battle of the Bands kind of live show. We did the lighting, the sound, the choreography, the pyrotechnics, all of that. And then friends of mine and myself, who were all big nerds, big geeks at the time, Phantom Menace had come out. We were all excited. And we decided we were going to do a tribute to George Lucas. And this is the first film work I ever did.
Now, it's George Lucas, the director of
Star Wars.
I know.
Yep.
It's go. Okay, hold on. Shameless plug coming. Wait. It's kind of off, but wait. If it's shameless plug, why? Because you just said Star Wars, and every time somebody says that between now and August, anything with Star, anything with war, anything. Well, I don't care what they say. I'm still getting a shameless plug in. Let's just put that one. And what that is I am going to be speaking at the Star Trek convention through Gaze in Space in August and hosting a series of 3 celebrity parties. Thank you. Oh, there he is. Dan Devey of Gaze in Space on the right. Thank you so much. That is the end and conclusion of our shameless plug. Carry on. I do want to ask you one thing real quick. Do you mind if do you have any spare Marmite? I want to put some on my banana.
I do actually, but it might take a while to get to you.
You have some Marmite?
I bought it so my wife could try it. She was born and raised in southern Georgia.
Oh,
she has the same opinion of it I do. It's nasty.
It tastes like like not the oil in the can you put in your car, but that stuff they drain out of your car.
Yeah.
In order to put it in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So were you a Marmite baby? Were you a Marmite baby?
No.
That's a thing, y'all. A Marmite baby. I learned that from some friends from England. And it is really good. And in Australia, they have Vegemite. And then do you like peanut butter? Because most people
I do like peanut butter.
That's why you hate Marmite. People try it out. People, if you guys out there have had both, if people like Marmite, they usually hate peanut butter. And people that like peanut butter hate Marmite.
I will have to look into that. I've never heard of that one.
Yes, Marmite. Don't get it confused with mermaids. Marmite. I'm just saying. So go on, George Lucas.
So yeah, we decided we're going to do a big tribute, and we, Phantom Menace opened up a whole bunch of stuff for geeks and sci-fi and George Lucas fans, because there's more than just a Jedi and a Sith. Now you've got a whole army.
True.
So I've been doing martial arts for a long time.
You have?
So me and my friends got together with some of those cheap little extendable lightsabers, and there was about 30 of us. And I choreographed a fight scene between 30 people with lightsabers. And in the middle of that, Indiana Jones comes swinging in on his whip and starts shooting people.
Is this in a movie?
it was a little fan film that we made back in 2001, and it's the first thing I ever got involved in. It was, it was hokey, it was terrible, but it was a lot of fun.
So something happened in that process, some awakening of a sense, I'm assuming.
Yep, yep. And that's, I started working on more combat scenes and fight scenes and actually learning stage combat, not just regular combat.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was at university, friends of mine were on a media course, so I was helping them with it.
Well, of course.
And the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company,
Chip.
came to the fencing club, which I was a member of, and asked if some of our members would like to audition for a show called Hornblower.
Hornblower?
Yep.
Sign me up. I'll audition for that one. Happy Pride Month, all. Nothing like a little gay humor. Okay, go ahead.
And me and my friend James, we auditioned, and we flopped. They were looking for a look, not skill. And
again, sign me up.
I'm
sorry. Go ahead. It's Monday.
Every moment, it's wonderful. We were trained fencers. We were trained by an Olympic silver medalist.
You were?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So James said, "Well, why? I thought you were looking for the skill." And they said, "Well, we can teach anyone to do what we need them to do. What we want's the look." And that got me more thinking about the casting and how it works. So when they came back the next year, I re-auditioned for a different role, and I ended up getting it. So I worked on the BBC as a stunt actor. And from there, on and off the movie scene, doing different things. Moved to America in 2008. Met my wife at Disney World.
You did? What, were you guys like participating in some reenactment or something?
No, I was working at Epcot in the UK pavilion, and she was working at Test Track in Epcot, and she had a day off and just happened to walk through the store I was in, and I noticed her walking.
She didn't just happen to nothing.
Oh no, I did. She
didn't just happen. That was a plan. That was part of the plan. That was
the problem. My wife is she's a very beautiful woman, and when she walks away, her back end flirts with people, and she doesn't know it. Oh yeah.
Did she like walk backwards towards you, and you heard beep beep beep?
Nope.
So okay, we're not talking. What's her name? What's that girl's name with that butt? Kim Kardashian. We're not talking one of those.
No, we're talking much better.
Kim Kardashian has a radunkadunk. So that means, are you saying your wife has a radunkadinkadunk?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And she's also 5'4" with a 4'5" ponytail. Her hair goes all the way down.
Okay, hold on. I was trying to get that visual. Okay, I got it. Locked and loaded.
Yep. So we met at Disney, and I stayed. And I got involved with a film by Brian Coley called Crackerjack. It's a
what?
Crackerjack.
Oh,
like the candy box thing.
Yeah.
And I worked with director Josh Briggs, who just put out Night of the Cesario film.
Okay.
It's a big action film.
Yeah.
Did that, and then from there I started auditioning with Marvel Studios and got involved with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Captain America Civil War.
I bet you've got a lot of memorabilia. You do.
I do. I've got a lot.
You do? Do you ever trade for other stuff?
Not really.
Do you ever gift people?
Oh, I gift people all the time.
How do you do it? You need an address, or do I gotta come pick it up?
If you give me an address, I can send you something.
That's 2 times in a row I've said that, and they did it. I'm gonna keep asking all the time. Really? Wait a minute. Hold on. You're not gonna send me like the box something came in.
Goodness no.
That happened.
Really?
Yeah, they sent me the box and a picture of what used to be in it. A collectible doll. They really sent me the box because it was like a stage, but the doll was missing.
Well, there's no point sending it then. I mean,
You think? But who am I? Grateful. Who just said a few minutes ago, I don't care what you have. It's a modern day Stone Soup story. Bring whatever you can. Well, there you go. So anyway, okay. I like to collect stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
From people who know the story. That's why I don't like to collect stuff just because people are collecting it or it might be worth something. I like the story. Who touched it? What how did it get to you? You know, that sort of thing. So keep going. So
Yep.
you're now in there doing some of everything, it sounds like, Jonathan.
Oh yeah, you know, fight choreography, assistant directing, running second units, doing all kind of
You said
behind the
fight
scenes work.
choreography?
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I have to clarify something. This is probably because I'm married to a therapist, so it's like guilty by association. You know, like when a labradoodle goes like this and everybody gets wet. Okay, that's what happened. So I noticed you said martial arts, fencing, fight choreography. How many anger management classes have you had to take? If I can ask.
About 6.
I thought so. Okay,
That's
just
why.
get that up. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
why I started martial
I'm
arts.
sensing a trend here. Okay.
Well, that's why I started martial arts was discipline control because I had somewhat of a temper when I was younger.
Somewhat.
So, somewhat of a temper.
You know, you look like one of those little kids that would like in the cereal. I bet you when you laid down and stomped and yeah, I can see. Okay, so do you have kids yet?
I do. I have one, a 17-year-old who still lives in England.
A boy?
Yep.
Did you get some of that back that you used to give your mom and dad?
A little.
Temper-wise, does he have your temper? I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice.
But
Okay,
the good news is, having gone through it, I knew how to handle it.
there you go. Yeah.
When he'd lose his temper, I'd sit him down, calm him down, and talk him through the process.
The process.
Of how to calm down quicker.
How so?
Basically standing meditation, emotional control, and discipline. You know, keeping yourself under control because we found out that I have somewhat of a dense muscle structure. A friend of mine's a doctor, and we were working out, and I just wouldn't bulk, no matter how much I would lift. And he did some tests and figured out I have a dense muscle structure.
Dense.
So for the size of my son and myself, we're a lot stronger than we look because of the density of the muscle. So if I didn't teach him to control it, it could have ended up a lot worse.
Right. So in other words, let me translate this English stuff for y'all, Americans. What he's saying is, a lot of people, you might step up and say, "Oh yeah, I can kick your ass." Next thing you know, remember that guy who used to be around here? Remember him? What's the one that got, you know, put into a coma? You know that because people who, you know, how tall are you?
6'2.5".
Okay, and you're pretty big.
Yeah.
Can I ask something? Because you said you had a temper earlier. Did I hear from a lot of people, a lot of guys who are like that are just nice guys, gentle giants, if you will, who say that most of the fights they've ever been in, especially in their teen and informative 20s, were people who just stepped up and said, just oh, you look like. Did you ever have that happen?
I've been on all ends of that spectrum. When I was younger, I was a skinny kid, you know, didn't have much to me. And then when I was 17, I practically tripled in size overnight. And from that point on, I had people, you know, oh, you think you because you're big. I'm like, look, leave me alone. I don't want to fight. You know?
Yeah. I tripled in size overnight too, right around age 70. Look, because clearly at 5'6", I didn't triple. Okay, from birth, I might have tripled. So, okay, I want to ask you something about this temper thing and the fighting, because I find it very interesting how you've taken something that once could have been a detrimental character trait, not flaw, and you found a way to channel it, to use it purposefully, but with more positive outcomes. So when did the switch come, Jonathan, where you were like, okay, I love it in front of the thing, in front of the camera. I love choreographing and putting it all together. But you know what? I think I want to get behind the camera now and make a movie, because that's not something a lot of people, that takes a lot of stuff.
That switch happened for me around 2004. I started doing a few more backstage things. And then in 2009, my wife and I opened a live production theater where we did all the backstage, including teaching people the acting and the setup and light control, sound design.
Did you say a backstage theater?
Live stage.
Live theater.
Yes.
Okay, when I do my English, because I'm practicing, because I'm planning on going into TV and movies and stuff too. I just don't talk about it much. So Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, remember, I'm just starting, but do you think I could learn how to adequately pull off is it English or British accent?
English accent.
What?
An English accent.
What's the difference?
Great Britain also includes Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, whereas England is just England itself. If you do a British accent, you also have to have the ability to do a Scottish accent. You know, change it up a little and mess it around.
I can do Irish.
Go ahead.
Made for a man, but I like it too. Bring me lucky charms. Give me gold, and I leave you alone. That's about it.
Well done.
What? I
Well
speak
done.
Irish. Clearly, I just did it.
Of course.
Okay, let me hear you. Let me hear you talk ghetto.
Get it. American
Slang,
ghetto?
politically correct. Let me hear some slang. Let me hear you do some American.
Well, it depends on the part of America. You do Louisiana quite well.
I don't believe I had any kind of disclaimer before I put all mine out there. So hit it. Okay. Let me be fair about this. You have your choice. You can be Southern, like from the South, because you live there. Because you live there. New York City, there's one there. People say it, we in the Midwest have an accent. I don't know what they're talking about. Water. Water. That's another water. Okay, so take your pick. Let's hear something real quick.
Okay, let's see.
You said it.
Let me do Louisiana. So, you know,
Louisiana.
you can walk on down the bayou, get yourself something to eat, and it'll be raw good. Get yourself a drink, enjoy a little bit of Mardi Gras.
Now, you got your stride by the time you get to the internet. Let me hear you say mint julep. Say mint julep.
Say what?
No, okay, wait. That's the Kentucky. Say, well, wait, where was Gone with the Wind? They had mint juleps on there. No. Say gumbo.
Gumbo.
Shrimp. Say shrimp. Do something.
Gumbo,
I know. Do something from Forrest Gump. Bubba.
Mama said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just put it this way. You better hope we don't come up with the same role ever, because to the left. Bye, Felicia. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So okay. So tell us what's your favorite film that you could create? How many have you done independently?
Independently, I've done around 15 short films and a couple of features. The one I'm most excited about is the one I'm working on right now, actually.
Okay. Oh, you good. Okay. I'll bite. So the one you're working on, wait a minute. I got something for you. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
So Starquake, the series. A friend of mine created the original concept, came to me and said, I need a producer, and I want to get this made.
Mm-hmm.
I took hold of the concept he'd created, developed the story, developed the characters further, created a short film version of it, which we filmed a few weeks ago in Atlanta. It's what would you do if you were a regular person that suddenly gained superpowers? How would you handle that? With everything that goes on in your everyday life, family dying, breakups, jobs insecurity, how would you handle that, knowing that you had all of these superpowers, that you were, for all intent and purposes, a living, god?
Oh, stop.
I'm
suing somebody. I am suing somebody. Who wrote this screenplay? Because they did not get me to sign off on my life story. I'm kidding. Clearly. But wait a minute. So is this a sci-fi?
It is a superhero action.
Superhero action. Anybody fly in it?
Yes.
Anything to do with stars or planets?
Yes, actually.
Okay, there it is.
Boom,
Time for another shameless plug. Catch me in Las Vegas, August 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, as I speak through Gaze in Space to everyone at the Star Trek convention. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, you opened the door. I walked through it. That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
Okay, so where is this filming now? And did you start this when did you start this because of COVID? What about that?
The original concept started 2 years ago.
Okay.
And That's the thing that a lot of people, especially fresh independent filmmakers, they seem to get this idea that they come up with something, they can get it made, they'll be done, they'll be famous in 6 months. It takes a long time to make a quality
Alexa,
product.
please. No one asked you anything. Please be quiet.
So it takes a long time. The concept was created 2 years ago. I was brought on board about 6 months ago, where I refined it, redirected it, picked up the whole thing, and wrote the fight scene, wrote the short version.
Fight theme again. Okay.
Play to your strengths. Yeah.
Right. And good points. You're absolutely right, Jonathan. What do you have? What comes first, the concept or the cash? In other words, the chicken or the egg? The concept. So do you have the concept? To walk us through it, you have the concept. Then where do you go get the money? What do you have to have? A treatment?
Okay. Yep. The best thing, the way I do it, the way I create film, the way I get financing, all those kind of things, is I have the idea, I get the concept, then I turn that basic rough concept into an outline story. So that's where my treatment is. Okay. I go from this to this to this by going here and here and here, and you create the treatment. Write a spec script. A speculative script means it's nothing you're going to shoot right now. So this is my idea in script form. This is what I want them to do. This is what I want them to say. And that's all you put in there. Don't put camera motions, transitions, fades.
Fade. Oh, I was going to say, yeah. Brenda. Close in on Brenda. Sound SFX. See, I know that means sound effects.
Yep. But you see, all of that is a shooting script. And what you're trying to produce is a speculative script.
Y'all didn't see that. Okay, go ahead.
So it's just something that you want to get made. So this is speculation. Once you've got that, put together a quick proof of concept. Get some friends, get your phone, film something in good quality that you can then make a crowdfunder, something you can send crews out.
Is crowdfunding the same as Kickstarter?
It is, but for independent film, there's other versions like Indiegogo, which is an independent go. Yeah. There you go.
Indiegogo. Do you have to wear boots? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But the thing with crowdfunding is it only works if you have a crowd. So
I would have never thought that.
It's in the name.
That's why right in our face. That's the thing we miss the most.
So you've got to get promotional pictures, that proof of concept. Start advertising on Facebook. Start making an Instagram page. Get people interested in what you're making. Then you query producers like myself. You
say queer?
Query.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's the accent.
I know.
So you send out queries, and don't just say, hey, I've got this great idea. I think you should give me money. Find something they do that's in the same vein as what you do. Say, I loved your work. I have something that may fit. I would like to offer, to send this to you. Don't just send it out, because it'll go straight in the trash.
So speaking of trash, my career will be there if I don't take a pause right here and do what I need to do to keep my sponsors happy. Can you stay put for just about 1 minute?
Of course.
Okay, stay right there. I'm going to bring you right back. Help yourself to some of the free food backstage. Okay, you guys, we're going to go to commercial break, come back with Jonathan Thompson talking all about indie filming. And also, he's got some other stuff up his sleeve that I want to talk about. But before we do, hey, have you had your V8? I just want you to think about that because I am having mine. There it is. And today, this week, I'm drinking V8 low sodium original 100% vegetable juice. It has 2 actual servings in every can. All you have to do is pop the top and get your vegetables. Delicious. Tastes just like candy. You're going to sue who? Statute of limitations. She doesn't have a shot. I've already done the research. We'll be right back with more of our guest, more of Miss Lucy down there, and I hope a whole lot more of, guess who? You. And we're back with filmmaker and fight monger. I'm kidding. He's not. He's just a really good guy with a lot of great talent. Jonathan Thompson, welcome, and I'm glad you guys stayed around. If you're just joining us, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. So I wanted to find out about, you know, these film festivals that we hear about.
Yeah.
Say the one that starts with a C.
Goodness, there's several. You've got CineQuest.
I'm trying to see how it's supposed to be said.
Which one are you thinking of?
Cans.
Oh, Cannes.
See? And I chose Cans first. See, that was a setup. You knew where I was going. Okay, I got your number. Okay, and then there's Sundance.
Sundance, the Big Apple Film Festival.
Which is the biggest?
The most prestigious to get into and actually be featured in is Sundance.
And how do you get in? Do you just mail it in? Or somebody nominate you? Have you
websites like Film Freeway, Coverfly, things like that? They are basically film festival hubs. All of the film festivals that are going on are listed there. Getting into Sundance when they do that, you know, that's something you include in your crowdfunding, and your ability is, hey, I want to put this in this festival, but it costs X amount.
So you pay to be in those?
You have to pay to be in those, yes.
And is it expensive?
Depending on the film and the festival, yes. Short films, you can usually enter them for $60 to $100.
Oh.
Feature lengths, if you want feedback, can get upwards of $400 depending on the festival.
Okay. So here's the next question, because I can just imagine. This reminds me of entering things in the county fair. So I want to just know. So I know most of us, when we're picturing a film, we're thinking the 2-hour thing that we sit in front of, blah, blah, blah. But some of these films are really short.
Yeah.
What's the shortest film you've ever seen or / made? Or been
60 seconds.
A 60-second film.
Yeah.
Quit playing that.
And
really? How do you tell a whole story in six? Well, I know that because I do commercials.
It depends
on that. Explain this.
It depends on the story. It's a film challenge that's out there to create a compelling story in 60 seconds. And the idea, you can take a larger project, cut it down into a 60-second bite. And if people like it, you can, and they come to you about it and say, hey, you know, this is right. Where's the rest of the story? That's your in to get the rest of the project made.
Okay, so that's really like a teaser.
Yeah. Stranger Things. Have you seen Stranger Things on Netflix?
Have I? I told you I was gay.
Do you know that was made as a short film first?
Oh, you mean the movie Stranger Things? I just talking.
No, the series.
Oh, no, I've never seen it.
The series itself was originally made.
Oh,
there was a short film made.
I have seen it.
Yeah, and that short film was the slice of the series. That short film is, this is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. There's more story, but this is what we're teasing you with. And then it got picked up and turned into a full film. Super 8 with Stephen Amell. Originally, it was a short film. His cousin, Robbie Amell, was in it. And he started advertising their Kickstarter for them. And when they got so far, he said, you know what, I'm going to join the cast. And all of a sudden, they turned it into a feature length with 1,000 times more budget than they'd originally asked for.
So everything went from great to greater.
Yeah, so short films are usually launching platforms for bigger projects.
Is it possible for a person to be like discovered inside of an independent film to go on to bigger and better things? Do you know any examples you could cite of someone we know now who started in independence?
Kevin Smith.
Who?
Kevin Smith, the guy that did Mallrats, Clerks.
It's Kevin Smith from 7th grade, the one with the tooth thing?
No, the one with the beard and the baseball cap.
Oh, a real? I thought you were talking about from Ring Lardner Junior High School, where I went. I knew a Kevin Smith.
No.
It's kind of
Kevin Smith. His first film, Clerks, he did on $12,000 on a credit card.
Oh, that's kind of like what Spike Lee did.
Yeah, and he became an independent phenomenon. So the second film he made, Mallrats, they gave him a $15 million budget.
I remember that.
and it failed.
Oh.
It still became a cult classic when he built the rest of the story with Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, you know. So it's a cult classic, but at box office it failed. So he went back to his indie routes. But he is, one of the go-to people for anything sci-fi, geek, he's directed episodes of The Flash.
Did you say sci-fi?
I said sci-fi. Where's the shameless plug?
I know. Okay, I won't push it. Okay, I will. Okay, there. What about this? Trivia question. How many VHS tapes do you have in your possession today? Be honest. I know people.
About 40.
What, 40?
Yeah.
40.
40.
On VHS tapes?
Yes.
What do you play them in?
A VHS player.
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What about DVDs? How many of those do you have?
About 400.
400. Uh-huh. 8mm?
I don't have any 8mm left.
I knew I'd stump you eventually. There you go. So who's your favorite director, Jonathan, and why?
My favorite director, that's a good question.
Well,
honestly, it's probably George Lucas.
Probably. If he's listening, I don't think that's going to get you invited to dinner.
Well, one of the reasons I like George Lucas is while they were filming.
One of the many reasons I like George. I'm trying to help you out here.
But when they were filming Star Wars,
did you say
he said,
okay.
People have kept asking about the name of Princess Leia. Was it Leia? And his response was original.
He said,
say it how you want to say it, because it's little things like that that make the difference between a great director and a tyrant director.
Ooh, do you know any of those? I want to avoid them when I'm choosing.
I know several, but
just give us initials of one. Just initials. It could be anybody.
No.
You try to keep that career alive. I feel you. I wouldn't have done it either. I ain't stepping in that one.
Any director that's willing to work with the talent, add that genetic flow to the film. Not just say this is the way it's got to be. This is the way you're doing it. People want to work with them again, and the industry is all about relationships, making those connections. If you don't do that, then it's a one and done.
One and done. And people, some people think, oh, if I'm difficult, that means I'm a diva. And then, those people come in thinking they're already stars and stuff. Yeah. And anyway, it's so funny. So what about this though? Not every actor sets out wanting to be the one on the front of the movie poster, the leading man or the leading woman. A lot of people are back in the thing. A lot of faces we recognize, but we don't know their names ever. We see them all the time. Some people call them character actors, this and the other. What kind of actor would you consider yourself, and why did you choose that genre, or did it choose you?
I am very much a character actor. I get portrayed as villainous quite often. Did
you say villain?
Yes.
You know what? When I was in high school, every play, every musical that I auditioned and got in, they always put me in the evil person. Evil Eye Flegel in in Abner, Uncle Spettergue in Charlie's Aunt. I was always given, what's up with that? I was starting to get a complex. Until I, made that voodoo doll for that one kid and it worked.
Yeah. Well, a piece of advice that I give people when I do acting classes.
Yeah. Oh, you teach acting classes?
Oh yeah. Everything I have learned, I like to teach to other people as well. Acting, directing, fight choreography, light design, sound design. And one of the things I always teach people is if you are wanting to act to be in the limelight, to be that superstar, to make your multi-million-dollar film, you will fail.
Say that one more time. One more. If you are
in this industry to be that star, to be the headline of the multi-million, you will fail.
You will fail. And why is that, Jonathan?
because you don't put the passion into the project. You just try and hunt the money rather than building the project, building that relation, getting the fans to love you. You know,
they got to love you in order to love the characters you play.
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, so, and another thing that a lot of independent filmmakers forget is storyboarding.
Explain what I know what it is. Explain to our viewers.
Storyboarding is my friend Ryan Chrissy. He is a storyboard artist. He went to school for sequential art. He's a comic book artist as well.
Okay.
And when we did Starquake, I called him, and he's one of the co-creators as well. I says, I need you to storyboard this for me.
He said Starquake.
The storyboard is a series of pictures that go along in sequence that tell the story, that give a visual representation. It helps the crew so they can see what you want to do. As the director, you say, this is what I need, give me the story. It helps the actors to feel the characters, not just read the words.
Mm-hmm.
The storyboard is, it'll help producers see your vision. And if they see something they like and they go, well, you know what, this might take some more money. Let me give you some more money.
Oh,
the storyboard. Yeah. And those are not necessarily producers like me. I don't invest a lot of money in film. What I do as a producer is I'll come in and help do the casting, help get the thing market ready, help get all of the pieces in place for your indie film to be market viable. And of course, that comes with a cost. But that should be one of the first things you budget as a line producer. Someone who can break down your script, say, this is how much all of this will cost. That's how you get your budget. That's how you know how much money to ask for.
So what about if you were producing an independent film and you just happen to be cousins or friends with, or my cousin Rhonda's sister knows Nicolas Cage and he said he'll be willing to do a cameo in your independent movie. What's this? Can you use a union person in an independent movie? Yeah, you know where I'm going.
If you get the film at SAG certified, you can. You cannot use a union actor in a non-union certified film.
Even if they're donating their time, they can't.
Even if they're donating their time, because the union still want their dues. I went through that with a couple of projects. In the last one, we had a acting coach, Rob Pralgo, based out of Atlanta, cast as our villain. It was one line that he said, and it was a nice dramatic moment, beautiful end to what was going on. And we tried to get the SAG signatory. It takes about 4 weeks. So before you rehearse, you have to get this thing signed off.
Oh.
And what annoyed me most is they said, you can defer the actor's payment. The actor can volunteer their time, but you still have to pay the 20% SAG fee. If the talent is willing to forego pay, why would I want to pay the union just for telling me I can use them?
Because you don't want to end up buried underneath the goalpost on somebody's football field?
Yeah, but that's not what the union's supposed to do.
Oh, we know about what people are supposed to do.
But SAG, for me, lost a lot of its glimmer and shine when they started, they said, now influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers can become SAG members.
We can?
Yes.
How?
You apply. Of course, you still have to pay the $4,000 sign-on fee.
How much?
$4,000.
Never mind.
It was like $3,500.
I'll wait again. I'm gonna get
waived. Then you have to pay them 20% of SAG's standard fee for everything you appear in.
Even if you ain't getting paid?
Yep. They still want their money.
I'm good. So, really, I'm serious. I went through that back in the day when I owed a drug dealer money. I don't want to be chasing money ever. Last question. This has really been interesting, but can you give me a Jerry Springer moment on this one? There may be a person out here watching who says, there's something in me that I just feel like I could really tell a story. I could be an actress. I could be an actor, but I'm just not outgoing enough. I've seen some of the best actors are people who are ordinarily in their real persona very shy, very quiet, very subdued, and they give the most compelling performances. Talk about what that is in a person that makes them so so different, but makes them so wonderful. And then we're going to get out of here.
The best example of that I can give is a friend of mine who's a cosplayer. Out in public, they won't show their face at events. They won't, but as soon as they put a mask on, they are the greatest character you've ever seen. And a lot of that has to do with their personalities, that when they're being someone else, they give it their all. When they're themselves, they don't want to be judged. They don't want people looking at them. But when they're being someone else, they're gung-ho, they're all in, because it's not them. It gives them a chance to get out of their regular
not really me they're judging. It's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Very interesting. So tell us, where can people go? On the screen, everyone, is Devil May Care Productions, the Facebook page. I will take the liberty of dropping that into the comment section of this broadcast as soon as we conclude today. Please get over and check out all the things that this wonderful production company has going, and also learn more about our guest, Jonathan Thompson. So Jonathan, anything coming up that we need to keep our eyes out for dealing with?
Well, in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going back to Atlanta to do the final editing on the Starquake short. I've got a few other things coming up that I'm working on. I've got an independent horror film that I'm currently writing and making. We've got a few more action films coming out.
You do a horror film?
Oh, yeah.
Can I be in it?
Yeah.
On something. Okay, it doesn't have to be this one. You could learn how to mask your hesitation a bit.
Well, no, I was trying to think of the how to get you to do it.
Okay, good. Did I make you? Okay, I'm just trying to
travel expenses are one of the things in the budget.
Okay, I'll leave the budget up to you. I'll work for free.
Well, I still got to get you here.
Get me where?
To where I'm filming.
Where is that? Carolinas?
Yeah.
I'm driving through there the 1st through the 8th of July. We can get mine on. We'll do it with your phone, like you said, and put it in later. Write the scene around me. I'm serious.
I have done that in the past.
I'll be in Nashville on the 1st. How far are you from there?
I'm about an hour outside of Charlotte.
We're going to Charlotte.
Well, there you go then.
Oh my God, I'm so calling you.
You're welcome
to hang out, just for real.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
I know, because you're we didn't tell you this, but he's also a showrunner for the E360 network. So we're really network family.
Oh yeah.
We at least have to have a drink. Definitely. And don't be trying to whoop my ass either, because I know how you and your little anger issues. I'm just letting you know now. I know how to fight. I'm just kidding. Listen, Jonathan, it has been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for all that you're doing and all that you are yet to do. Again, everyone, did you hear that? Everyone and everybody, all in one word, everyone. Everyone. Hey, somebody said that's blue and it's blue, so maybe everyone will be a word one day. So listen, you guys, get out there today and do what we're supposed to do. Be the best versions of ourselves in order to live the best lives we can. How do you do that? Whomever you run into, whatever situation you have to deal with, just remember, try to leave whatever it is a tad bit better than the way you found it. And I guarantee you, all your dreams will find you. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris. Join me tomorrow morning, and if God's will is that we do it again, I'll be right out front on the front porch at 8 a.m. to meet you. Tomorrow's guest is Ross McCreary. He's been here before. Going to give us an update on this rare disease that he has, what he's doing to bring more enlightenment and light and knowledge to it. And we're going to talk about that and some good news from his camp tomorrow morning. Jonathan, thank you so much. Man, you're so interesting. I'm serious. I'm going to hit you up, let you know where we're going to be and when we're going to be. I'd love to catch up with you just to say hi and shake your hand. Definitely. Thank you, Lauren. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thank you for sharing your life with us today. I hope you've gained something that will make you a better person. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul.